reaction, guys? Manta Martinez back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So, guys, this is my quick rundown for you of my fragrances within £100. So if I have £100 to spend, guys, giving you a few ideas for the Christmas time, what I personally like, and this is on my list. Now, it's in no particular order. I'm just trying to keep it all within £100. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an option. There are a few fragrances which you can get relatively cheaply. You'll have to do your research to try and find the best lowest prices. I'm just basing this on literally a quick Google search on what I was able to find in the price list, what I have in my collection because I actually enjoy these fragrances, and what I would suggest for you guys if you can get it for somebody else. May not spend £100. Spend £100, get something for yourself. Equally, just give them something as well. That's fine. Anyway, guys, so without any particular order, I'm just going to do this because this is the cheapest one on the list. Again, not everyone's going to agree with this one. I would say if you can, I'm trying to stay away from these fragrances, as you know. I would say if you can, guys, get an old bottle of this one. If you can get the oldest bottle you can find on the shelf, get the older bottle. The packaging sometimes gives it away. If it's a newer type of lighter packaging, it's probably a newer bottle. Leave that alone. If it's an older, slightly heavier type of packaging, it's not as light, then they're probably the better ones to get, guys. First things first, coming in, I believe this one was $12.99, and this one came in at Zara Vibrant Leather, the 60ml. Now, the reason why I'm saying the 60ml, guys, as you do know, the newer version, in my opinion, has been reformulated. It doesn't smell the same. This one doesn't have as much projection, it seems, as the original Vibrant Leather. But nonetheless, guys, we're talking about keeping this in a budget of £100 in the UK, as I say, and again, 60ml, $12.99, guys. It's not a bad fragrance. I don't want to go too deep into the note breakdown, but as you do know, guys, for those that know, this is obviously a clone or what inspired version of, or inspired by, whatever you want to call it, of Creed Aventus. For them, guys, and this is what they say, it says it has bergamot on the top notes, bamboo and leather in the base. For me, guys, it's birch in here. There might be, I don't know if there's pineapple necessarily, but there's a type of fruity element which is probably slightly more lemonish rather than maybe a pineapple, but there's a sweet element to it. I'm not sure if there's blackcurrant in here officially, but there might be some in there. There's an element of this slightly type of musk, as I say, I think that's definitely going to be the birch in there as well, guys. $12.99, can't go wrong with this. Stocking filler, you call it, you name it, whatever it means to be. $12.99 is not a bad one. So that's starting the ball off, guys. $12.99, that's the first one. Next one, guys, for me, this one, again, this fluctuates in time and price, but usually you can always get this probably less than around about £40. I was able to find this for £36.99, and that's the cheapest I can see it right about now. And this is high street stores. I'm not even talking about necessarily going online. So if you're lucky, guys, you can find a deal. This will be none other than, as we have now here, Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. I want to say Ultramal, but Ultramal slightly different. But this is Le Male. For guys that know what this one's about, this is that classic barbershop type of vibe. It's got vanilla in there as well. I'm just going to pull up the notes because, again, there's so much for these fragrances, guys. This is very, very old fragrance to some extent. In the history of fragrances, it can seem, but this one for me is still such a classic in my collection. This is a classic. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. You can see how much juice I have left in this one, and I'm actually going to get a new one shortly. Just breaking it down again, we have bergamot in the top notes, we have some lavender, we have some, I believe there's some what we got, cardamom in there as well, some cinnamon, some orange blossom, some caraway, we have some tonka bean in the base, we have some amber, sandalwood, and also we have some cedarwood and some vanilla. And to me, guys, this one, as I say, even to spray it now is a joy. Can't go wrong with this one, guys. I've had compliments every single time I've worn it. This is one of those fragrances I didn't even necessarily expect it to get the reaction it got. I just worn it once because I had literally nothing else. I picked it up because I only had a little bit of space left in my travel bag, and this was one I picked up very last minute. And the amount of compliments, I couldn't understand it, to the point that people were bumping into me, leaving the club and saying, and these are ladies, by the way, and saying, what is that fragrance? Why does it smell so good? And I have to say, I don't know, but this is the one. And now I do know, guys. You can see, as I say, how much juice I've left in this one. I'm even laughing because it's bringing back the memories of what this fragrance can do for you guys. Put this one on your list, can't go wrong with it. $36.99. As I say, I'll be getting another bottle of this one. I keep this one. This is 75 ml. I keep this one on deck because it's used for traveling. They do usually sell it at like 125 ml, which I think is just a little bit too much unless you're going to be going in with your big luggage. A lot of time, guys, we're doing these European flights, and a lot of time we keep it pretty short on respect of what we want to put in our bags. So this is pretty good, guys, and this will get those compliments in. Just do it. Just do it. Anyway, guys, moving on. So totally now, guys, I'm going to try and make sure I can get these numbers up, hopefully. If I can't do it, then you'll have to wait till I get the actual equipment setting up. But it's in the process, guys. So currently now, we're at £49.98. So we're halfway there. We've got 2 fragrances so far. As I say, we have Vibrant Leather, and we also have Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male. So that is keeping us there going, guys. Using those potentially for the office, potentially. And again, this can be the daytime fragrance, even clubbing fragrance. You can wear this as a casual fragrance. So far, we've got part of the day going on. Okay, next one for me, guys, and I really enjoy this fragrance. Unfortunately, you can't really get this in the stores as much anymore. I'm not sure why that is the case, but for me, guys, this one is coming in at $28.99, and this one is Jean John. I was about to say Ultraman again. Why am I saying Ultraman? Sean John Unforgivable. So, guys, again, this is there with that freshness. This is there for you guys. Obviously, people do know, some people do know, but it's just to give you an idea. If you do know of Melissime Imperial from Creed, this is a take again on it, guys. This is a cheaper version nonetheless, and obviously it's not the same level of complexity. The depth is not there. It doesn't really last as long as I would like, and that is the only failure with this one, guys. This one even apparently has champagne in it. That's the level that P. Diddy was going on with this fragrance, guys. The note breakdown on this is crazy. I'm not going to get into all of it, but you get this mandarin orange, you get this bergamot in the top notes, we get some grapefruit in there, which is a fantastic element to it, birch leaf. We also have some basil in there in the top notes, juniper. So this is quite a vibrant type of, I would even say, guys, it reminds me of being on a yacht somewhere, dressed in all white, champagne flowing, and this is like some of the champagne that sort of spilt on your clothes. This is one of those fragrances, guys, that this is a Playboy fragrance. This is one that you need to put on the list, guys. Definitely a summer fragrance. It's on my top 5 of summer fragrances if I don't actually have a bottle of Melissime Imperial. High heat fragrance all day long, guys. There's a, let's say, this gourmand element to it. I mean, even in the mid notes, you're seeing it's got some iris in there. Also, it's saying it has some amber in the base. And again, it's saying on Fragrantica that they've got a rum note in there, which I don't necessarily pick up on. Sandalwood in the base, and also some tonka bean. This doesn't really seem to be a heavy tonka bean fragrance. It's a sweet fragrance. I would say it reminds me of sea salt, champagne, borderline, not daiquiris, mimosas. That's what it reminds me of, guys. That's what it reminds me of. This is the one, guys. This is the one. This is the one for the summertime Playboy sort of fragrance. And again, guys, this is a very cheap fragrance. Don't get me wrong, again, the longevity is not there. Projection's good for the first hour. After that, you have to reapply. But we're trying to keep this all within, as I say, £100. And this is $28.99. Not a bad fragrance, guys. That's the Playboy fragrance. So potentially you can even wear that to the gym. You could even wear that one, as I say, more of a sort of like daytime party sort of thing going on. But obviously, Christmas time, it's not the heaviest of fragrances. But again, if you can get this in your Christmas collection, get this in your Christmas gifts, by all means, go ahead. So as it stands currently now, we're at £78.97. And so far, again, we had Vibrant Leather, we had Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male, and we have Sean John Unforgivable. Coming in, guys, in the final position now. So far, we have 1, 2, 3, and we're coming up to the 4th one. Now, this is one where you may have to take a decision on this one. I can't really tell you which one, but in my opinion, you have 2 options. Both of these cost £20.99. Again, in the UK, a lot of these deals, guys, you can find probably at Boots or Superdrug, but by all means, go and check them out. And I would advise, because we're trying to keep it within a budget, and equally, we're trying to get as much for our money as possible. We've got CK1 Platinum, and we have CK1 Shock. Both, guys, are over. These are actually 200ml bottles, and they're around £20. And this is so cheap. You can't go wrong. And this is why I decided, guys, I mean, you can even see this dust on the top of them. That's how long I've had these, guys, and I've still not finished them. So the Platinum is slightly different. The Platinum is probably more so for the daytime. It's lighter, it's airier. I think it's even said it's got some sort of, let's have a look. Fragrantica is saying, this is the thing, It has aldehydes, which seems to be comes from the air. It's like these airy notes in there. And then it's saying it has apple, cardamom in the top notes. We have some cinnamon in the mids with some pink pepper, and also we have some lavender in the base. We have some cashmere wood, amber, and again vetiver. So for me, guys, this fragrance, it's crisp, it's fresh, it's like a gym fragrance. This is a fragrance which will, it has got me compliments. I don't think it's necessarily strong enough for a club night, but if you want to be fresh, guys, just out the shower, what a smell, as I say, this type of airy type of smell. And again, it does have a sweet element to it with the apple, and the amber gives it this sweetness, and also the cinnamon gives it a little bit of base to it as well. It's not necessarily too heavy on the base notes. It seems to be more of a lighter, fresher type of fragrance. It's definitely one I would recommend, guys, if you can even just pick this up anyway for £20. Can't do anything wrong with this one. For me, this can actually go in all occasions, but it probably leans more towards the same more the fresh type of gym sense, sports sense, probably more towards, let's say, daytime casual sort of thing. Easily wear this for the office. It's non-offensive, slightly sweet, slightly, as I say, with the cinnamon. And the ladies do like this. I've had compliments, not the most of compliments, but I have had compliments nonetheless. And again, guys, that's $20.99. Not a bad pickup at all. We're still within the £100. And guys, for the very last one, this is CK Shock. Now, for me, guys, this isn't necessarily my favorite fragrance, but I still think it has its place. You can hear how much juice I've got left in this one, because again, it's a 200ml. How quickly are you going to use that for £20? It's a steal, guys. So top notes in this one is saying that we have some lavender. It says that we also have some cucumber in there, and then we have some clementine in the top note. So you get this orangey note, and then it breaks down with this cardamom in the mids. Then we also have some basil, and then it's also saying that we have some pepper, some tobacco in the base, some musk in the base, and some amber in the base. Yada yada yada, and we also have some woody notes in the base. So for me, guys, really, this is probably more so a clubbing fragrance. This fragrance to me, excuse me, wow, it's got a pepper note in there. That's why it's making me sneeze. This fragrance to me has the smell of, I think it's been mentioned before, but if you imagine like a type of smell of Monster, the original Monster drink, that type of fizzy, type of sweet-ish, energy drink type of vibe. That's how I'd break this one down. This isn't a bad fragrance at all. I think this is very good for the club. I have had compliments with this one, not as many as this bad boy here, but nonetheless I've had compliments, and I think, guys, for what it is, this is not a bad pickup at all. I would probably just say get both of them. If there's something else that, you know, you've got a little bit of change and you want to go and spend something for yourself, £20, you can't go wrong. But all in all, guys, this one's pretty good for projection. Very good for projection, actually. Longevity wise, easy, 2 hours, borderline 3 hours before it really starts to dry down. Takes it slightly more into a woodsy sort of note for me, but that top note with this, I say this type of, is a cucumber in there, seems to give it a bit of energy, a bit of zing to it, and I think that's where the fizziness comes from a little bit. Again, it's clementine in the top notes. So for me, guys, this is not a bad fragrance at all. I think this is probably between the two. I think again, if you sort of like want to be sort of the nice guy and everything else like that, then you probably go with this one. But if you want to still be out there, you could wear this one. I don't think it says shock, but I don't think it's offensive at all. It's just one of those fragrances that it's got a little bit more bass to it, a little bit more happening, and where this one you could wear it and you won't necessarily get noticed. This one I think you get some notice, being noticed anyway, guys. So all in all, just running through, we have so far, as I say, with no particular order, we have Vibrant Leather, then we have Le Male, then we went into Sean John with his Unforgivable, and then in the base, last place I ever want to do with Vitality Cells, guys, we have CK Shock and we have CK1 Platinum, all coming in at £99.96. And again, in my opinion, guys, you're ready to go for daytime, office, evening party, you name it, there is ready to go. Date night fragrance, which again I would probably tell you to do with this one, guys. And definitely guys, again, you have the opportunity to, you know, feel what it is to be in the fragrance world, feel what it is to be in the fragrance community, enjoy the fragrances. And I think for £100, that's not a bad spend at all. And again, you do have an option with these two. There are loads of other fragrances, guys, I want to get in there, but my focus was what could I get for value for money? What could I get in respect of making sure that if I had £100 or given to me, what would I like to see? And again, we're talking about gym, we're talking about going for food, we're going on a date, we're going to have, I don't know, catch up with the guys. There's so many options there for the fragrances, guys. So So this Christmas, make sure that you go and check out something that I've recommended by all means if you can. And do not forget, guys, to comment, like, and subscribe. I hope this video saved you some money and some time. And if you're thinking of gift ideas to get somebody else, me personally, I would probably go with this one. That's not everybody's favorite, but for me, guys, this one's been a classic all day long. Compliments are there. This is a killer. Nothing more to say about it. Thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you soon on the next video. As I say, I'm in the process of changing all of this equipment, and hopefully you'll see a different angle. Right about now, we're just on the phone, but hey, it is what it is. Ciao.